Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, everyone here in Zurich. Thank you for joining in this anniversary celebration that's going to take us 60 years into the past. On this day in 1962, NASA astronaut Scott Carpenter blasted off from Cape Canaveral aboard Aurora 7. But Carpenter wasn't entirely alone on this solo mission. On his wrist was a Breitling Navitimer Cosmonaute, the first ever Swiss-made wristwatch to travel into space. Allow me to introduce our first guest, former NASA astronaut Scott Kelly. You had a chance to meet Scott Carpenter, is that right?
So I had the privilege of meeting him one time in Florida at Cape Canaveral. I had dinner with him, and of all the Mercury 7 guys, he was the coolest.
What items were essential for the mission?
I know a watch is a critical instrument in space. Measuring time accurately is very important.
I'm so pleased to introduce our next guests. Please welcome Scott Carpenter's children, Chris Stover and Nick and Matt Carpenter.
These were pioneering flights. My dad's flight was the second orbital mission, and his roles were communication and navigation.
He really managed to find the beauty in a lot of things in the world, especially machines.
He needed a reconfigured Navitimer to retain the circular slide rule for calculations, and he also wanted a 24-hour dial. He adored his watch. He would show it to anyone who expressed the least bit of curiosity.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Willis Breitling's son, Gregory Breitling.
And I remember perfectly at home he came once and he said, "Kids, I have something to create, a special watch, a prototype, not a regular watch that we give to an astronaut, a prototype, a special make watch. It's complicated, a lot of requests." And I say, "Papa, you achieve that? I hope, cross the finger, we have to deliver it on time. We have to deliver it on time." And thanks God, it was delivered on time, and your father can wear it for the mission.
Yes, thank God. We're so grateful. The Carpenters are so grateful to the Breitling family.
Seems like he had a fairly uneventful flight until it was time to come home. And then there were some problems.
Right. He was stowing his gear, getting ready to get into retro attitude. And then there's something called a retro fire event that stops the capsule. It breaks the capsule. The plan had been a dry rescue. Because of the automatic system's failure at retrofire, he overshot 250 nautical miles, 460 kilometers, and for 55 minutes they didn't know where my father was. And everyone was thoroughly wet, including the watch. A watch that was designed to fly in space was used as a dive watch. It was irreparably damaged by what it had been through.
And Gregory, I think you've got an important announcement to make today.
Okay, yes, George, I'm very excited to have the original cosmonaut here with me today to exhibit publicly for the first time in 60 years.
The way that it has corroded actually makes it look like outer space in a way. You see this and you think you're seeing a nebula or the face of Jupiter.
Quite quickly after the flight, Breitling started mass production of the watch. So huge boost for Breitling and a huge boost for the Navitimer. In addition to this, the Cosmonaut sold well, but the impact on the brand in general was much more relevant, I think. It definitely is the only watch specifically designed by an astronaut.
Allow me to introduce our new limited edition Navitimer Cosmonaute. We are releasing 362 pieces to mark both the number of orbits around the Earth, and the year the mission took place. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, as we always say, this is just the beginning.